Good, well, I guess I can say afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Prague. We are having another sort of a late start to the day, obviously due to staying at the cash game late last night. It was my decision. I could have left at 1 or 2 a.m, but no, we played late, and that's what I wanted, that's what I enjoyed. Due to the late start, we're having to cram in a couple of things today. As there's no poker later, I can kind of use this day for a bit more exploring and touring. As you can see, I'm wearing some of my new merch. PokerStars gave us this beanie, but I bought the W Coupe hoodie as well as a little body bag while I haven't gone to fetch my other body bag that I use. W Coupe, for those who don't know, is the World Championship of Online Poker. It's PokerStars series, one of the biggest online series, if not the biggest in the world, and one day I hope to play it. But for now, I am hurriedly walking to a meeting point for the free walking tour of the Old Town as well as the Jewish Quarter, which I think is best to do with a guided tour because you will be able to get a lot more knowledgeable information than one would if they were just doing it solo. So we're making our way there. If I do come across a place to grab something small to eat, I will. I do not really have time. Unfortunately, I had to shower and get changed and a whole bunch of admin stuff this morning, which delayed me. So I don't have time to sit down and have a breakfast at the place that I wanted, which was very cool, but definitely gonna swap that out for tomorrow because it's definitely on my bucket list. But for now, it's walking tour. So we made it here to the tour. As you can see, the weather is a bit dull and wet today. Didn't bring an umbrella. I hope I don't regret that decision. So a little tip for anyone here is the tour. It's a free walking tour. You find it on Get Your Guard, and it's done in collaboration with 100 Spires. So why not take free walking tour? Tons of information we're going to learn, and yeah, just looking forward to doing some touring and learning about the Jewish heritage of this area.
Fire, and the only thing that survived was the statue of the Madonna that was charred black. Now, that isn't actually the original statue though. So the original statue today, that's in the museum. This is just a replica that was put here when the building is reconstructed back in 1912. And what is special about this building today is that this is Prague's most prominent example of Cubist style of architecture. Now, Charles IV is going to be a very, very important name to remember because Charles IV, he would become king here starting from 1346, 1355, he becomes Holy Roman Emperor.
Oh, I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten in almost 24 hours and we're just walking and walking and walking. So I'm gonna try sneak in some little food in the Christmas market while we're walking through it. I hope I can because I am starving.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the puppet show.
We're given a 15-minute break to stop off right here. So I'm just gonna pull into this little cafe called the Bake Shop and grab some snacks or whatever they have to offer. Not quite traditional Czech food, but I just got a Thai chicken skewer to fuel me up a little bit. I didn't really want to eat a big meal because I do want to go for a proper dinner after the tour, which is not that long left, but just something to snack on while we're here. Now made our way into the Jewish quarter. Incredible history about this area is that at the time it was the Jewish quarter. It was sort of a Jewish ghetto. It was the worst area of Prague. The area itself was 3 or 4 meters lower than the rest of Prague, and the Vltava River, which is right here, has a tendency to flood. It's the main reason why it was such a bad area. And when Joseph II started ruling, he decided to let the Jewish people live in all areas of Prague. 80% of the Jewish population moved out, and the area became just a general ghetto instead of purely a Jewish ghetto. Eventually the city decided to improve on itself, demolished most of the buildings of the area, used the rubble to lift the area up 3 or 4 meters, and now the Jewish quarter is the most expensive area in Prague. So that did a full 180. We just saw the main Jewish synagogue there, which is beautiful. It's a Spanish style of architecture, which is probably the only building in Prague that style of architecture.
Calling the old synagogue because there's another synagogue at the time which is even older and was already called the old synagogue. Well, they simply decided to call this the old new synagogue, which it works. Back in the 16th century, there's a very famous rabbi who used to live here named Judalo ben Bezalel. And so the story goes, one particular day, this rabbi goes down to the river, takes some clay from beside the river, fashions the shape of a man, and writes the word emet on the forehead. Emet in Hebrew means truth. And so this golem then comes to life and becomes a helper and protector around the Jewish quarter. There's a condition though, and that is that every single day the rabbi has to give the golem specific instructions for what things he wants him to do. And what happens on one particular day is that the rabbi is extremely busy. Oh, careful guys, careful guys. The golem has gone completely crazy. He's pushing people around, he's smashing windows, need to come and help out. And suddenly the rabbi realizes, oh no, I forgot to give the golem his instructions for the day. Tries to calm the golem down, but unfortunately there isn't anything he can do. So finally he reaches up for the forehead of the golem and erases the E from emet. Shortens it to met, which means dead. And so the golem then falls to the ground, and the story goes that the body was placed at the top of the old new synagogue. Years ago, people did go up there and try to see if they could find the body of the golem.
Okay, so just finished up our walking tour. Fantastic tour. I highly recommend it. Free tour through 100 spires on Get Your Guard. Yeah, and you can just tip anywhere from $10 to $30. So for now, I'm walking to the tram station. Gonna catch a tram back over the bridge to get some dinner. Finally, I'm still quite hungry. And then we're going to make our way over to the cruise on the Vltava River. Beautiful scenic cruise for about 50 minutes, and then what time will that end? 7:30, and then sort of we'll go from there. We're not going to have a late night. Certainly need to be well rested and study up for a very critical day of poker tomorrow. So as we've become accustomed to on our solo travels, of course at a lot of these super packed restaurants, if you come in a group with no reservation, you stand 0 chance. But as a solo person, got a seat right here at the bar, and I came over to the restaurant called Zakladna. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Came very highly recommended, and I am very excited for dinner. I'm also trying out a new beer that our tour guide from earlier recommended. So it is called Kozel, and it is a dark beer. I very much like all beers, but a dark beer is much heavier and I'd say maybe a bit earthier. So we'll see how good that one is as well. hopefully you can actually hear me in here. It is just so packed and loud, but food has finally arrived. So I got a chicken schnitzel with red cabbage and the Kozel beer, which I've already half finished. It's so funny that beer here is either the same price or slightly cheaper than water. That's why beer is so common as a drink with food. But this beer is delicious. You can taste coffee, caramel, dark chocolate, maybe a bit of raisin. That was kind of what I was tasting. And for food, kind of simple but effective. Gonna eat this and then make our way over to the cruise. Okay, we just wrapped up the beautiful Vltava River cruise. It was about 50 minutes. I highly recommend it. It's a very unique way to see the city, rather from the inside outwards. For mere mortals, it does get a little bit cold up there, so I would recommend bringing a jacket or an extra layer of some sorts. Not actually too sure what to do for the rest of the night. I have a couple of options. Obviously a priority would be to do a lot of poker study and do some admin for the social media stuff. It's still quite early, so gonna just kind of figure out what to do. Not really hungry, not really an option to go out drinking, with poker being at 11 a.m. tomorrow, so we're gonna see. Okay, so I kind of just made my way up through to the Old Town Square. I'm walking through the Prague sort of diamond walk with all the high-end luxury brands. Quite beautiful, as you can see behind me. All the trees are lined with lights, so it's just a beautifully scenic walk. Just gonna walk around the Christmas market here, maybe find a hot drink of some sorts, and just enjoy the surroundings. Couldn't really resist it, and after having that hot chocolate, which was delicious, warmed me up a bit, I got another chimney cake, this time with some ice cream. I know it sounds crazy having ice cream in this type of weather. It's currently, I think, 2 degrees. Just looked too good, and I'm still not really that cold, to be honest. Even though I'm wearing a hoodie, I'm wearing a thin t-shirt and a jacket. I really do enjoy the cold, and seeing everyone in these massive thick ski jackets is just quite funny to me. I'm gonna enjoy this while taking a slow stroll back to the hostel. I think that's gonna be sort of my activity for the night, just enjoying the scenery. It is super packed here. One of the facts that our tour guide told us was that Prague has a population of 1.5 million, but has 7 to 8 million tourists every year. So that just really shows the tremendous number of tourists that come here, and for good reason. It is a beautiful city, very deep history, beautiful architecture, and so far I've really enjoyed being here.